Good morning, everyone. So thank you for coming to today's class. How are you today? How's life? Great, as usual. Okay. Okay, everyone. So before we get into our lesson today, I would like to recall your memory. So what did we learn in our previous meeting? Can anyone share their thoughts? Yes, Roma? Yes, that's good. So we learned about recount text. So can anyone share the idea about what recount text is? Great, Tasha. So recount text is a text that tells about a story, about something. Okay, so let's get into our first activity. So I would like you to go to this site, so menti.com, and after that, please enter the code 734363, and then please click submit. Okay? Okay, has everybody joined has everybody submit the code? Okay? Okay, great job. So we're going to do a little exercise. So we are going to play a quiz. You have to answer the quiz according to the questions provided. Okay? Okay. So the first one is about what is your opinion about narrative text? Okay, please everybody share your ideas, share your thoughts. Okay, so we've got answers here. A narrative text is a story like Cinderella. Okay. Narrative text is an interesting story. Narrative text is a text that tells a story okay, it's not really complete, but yeah, that's great. So it's about story. Okay. So the next one will be about the examples of narrative text. Oh, you guys are so fast. Okay. You type fable, horror, history, romance. Okay, that's great. So, I believe you already know a little bit about narrative text, right? So let me just give you additional information about narrative text. Okay, so narrative text, what is it? Yes, narrative text is an imaginative story. So it's not a true story, so it is imaginative, that is to entertain people. So its purpose, narrative text purpose, is to entertain people. That's why the story should be interesting, so that people who read the story will be entertained. Okay, so that's about the definition. Let's take a look at the example. Okay, so there are various examples of narrative text. As you can see here, the first one is like Fox and Cat, the ant and the dove. Okay, Fox and Cat, the ant and the dove. Just like what some of you typed down in menti.com. So fables. So these are the examples of fables. And then the Legend of Chato Island, along with the other one, which is Aladdin and the Magic Lamp. So there are still various examples of narrative text. You can discover it in your book, also in other sources, just like in Google. So there are lots of examples of narrative text. Okay, so now let's move on to our next activity. So we are going to work in groups. Yeah, I will use this tool to divide you in groups so that it will be fair to everyone. So I already have your names here. Let's group you. Okay, so as you can see here, these are the grouping. So group 1, please join with your group members, and also the same thing goes to the other groups as well. Okay, so everybody, have you joined your friends? Okay, so now I want you to take a look at this text, The Legend of Malin Kundang, as I already distribute the text to you. So from this text is also the example of narrative text. So I want you to please identify the language feature and also the text structure in the text. So the language feature means like the sentence structure, like when does the story happen? You can identify from the time, and also what type of verb they use in the story, like that. So please identify the language feature and also about the text structure. So as you can see here, this is a story. A story must have a storyline, right? So please identify from the first paragraph and also the following paragraphs. So what is it? So which parts does this paragraph indicate? Maybe from the first paragraph, what does it tell? Like that, okay? So with your group members, please be cooperative, identify it together, and discuss it together so that we can have the whole discussion together after it. Okay? So if you have any questions, please ask me so that I will help you, okay? Okay, everyone, please do it now. I will give you like 20 minutes. Do you have any questions? No? Okay, please work it now. Oh yes, group 1. Yeah, do you have any questions? No? Okay, so here is your group members if you are, if you're still confused, Yes, group 1, I'm sorry. Yeah, so from the sentence structure, you can identify the language feature as I mentioned previously. For example, take a look at the time. Where does it happen? Or maybe what kind of verb does it use? Yes. And also for the text structure. So everyone, please listen to me. So from the text structure, you can identify from the story what part is this, and then from the next paragraph, what part is this, like that. So, because it is a story, right? So it has to be, the story has to have the storyline. So please identify the text structure and also the language feature. Okay, everyone, have you guys done with the group work? Okay. Can anyone share their thoughts about your discussion in the group? Yes, Roma. Okay, please. Yeah, that's right. So in the story, they use verb to. That's right. So everyone, please pay attention. So in the story, they use verb to, which means that they use simple past tense. So as you can see here, the pattern is subject plus to be. The to be here are was and were. Was is from am and is, whereas were is from are. And then followed by adjective and also adverb of time. So for example, like he was happy yesterday. So happy is the adjective, yesterday is the adverb of time. The next one is they were late to the ceremony last Monday. So here are the examples of this pattern using simple past tense. So there's still another one. So it is subject plus verb to, as Roma's group identified earlier. So they use verb to. For example, verb to is the second type of verb. So for example, when it is drink, it became what? Yes, Tasha? Drank. That's right. So subject plus verb to, and then followed by adjective or object, and then adverb of time. So the adverb of time can be in the beginning or in the end of the sentence. For example, a long time ago, in a small village near the beach in West Sumatra, lived a woman and her son, Malin Kundang. And the second example is that many years later, Malin Kundang became wealthy. So as you can see here, the verb to is became, and then the adverb of time is many years later. And wealthy is the adjective. Okay, everyone, up to this point, do you have any questions? Oh, yes, Elvis. Exactly. So because this sentence uses verb to, it means that it is done in the past. So it is something that already happened. Yeah, that's right. So as you can see here, as the adverb of time indicates, it's like a long time ago, and then yesterday, last Monday. So it means that it is already happened. Okay. So everyone, if you don't have any questions anymore, so the next activities will be led by another teacher, which is Pak Ramond. So please have a great time with him, and please be cooperative and discuss it together with Pak Ramond. Okay? Have a fun learning with him.
Okay, thank you, Miss Winda. So everyone would you like to share what you have discussed in your group? About the structure, of course. Yes. Alright, the beginning, right. Alnof? The ending, okay. So, actually in narrative text, to start a story, sometimes we call it as orientation. In orientation, the writer wants the reader to know the information about what happened, who was involved in the story, where it happened, when it occurred, something like that. And in Malin Kundang story, can you guess where it is? Yes, the first paragraph can be the part of the orientation, where sometimes in the first paragraph they try to give the information about who, about what, where, and when it occurred. And then after you know the story, the start, the beginning, what will happen in the characters sometimes? Yes, the conflict, right? So sometimes, not sometimes, in a narrative text, we call it as complication. In complication, it shows the beginning of conflict in the story, right? And then in Malin Kundang, can you guess where it is? Yes, the part when Malin's mother wanted to hug him, right? And then after that, the story become deep or high, and the story becomes more, more genuine, more high and high. So sometimes in a narrative, we call it a sequence of events. It shows how the story develops after the conflict. And in Malin Kundang, can you guess? Yes, that part, Okay, after that, after the story become big, right? After big, what will happen after that? You need to try to find the solution. That's why in narrative text we call it as resolution. It gives the solution to the conflict. Okay. So, is there more? Yes, there is one more, which is called as coda. Coda actually the part where people learn the moral message of the story. So in Malin Kundang, can you guess what the coda? Respect your parents. Right. Okay. So far, you learn about the structures. What are those? The orientation, complication, sequence of events, resolution, and coda. Okay. Do you have questions so far? No? If there is no questions, then we can go to the next activity, which is I want you to go to Google, try to find story or narrative text, other narrative texts that you will identify. So you need to identify the story, you need to identify which part is the coda, no, which part is the orientation, the complication, and what is the coda, something like that. You find the language features that they use there, and then after that, like for example, the verb, you can highlight it, and then after that, you can you know, design it in Microsoft Word. You can use the features, you can be creative, and try to use the features, whatever. You use the highlight, insert, everything, you can put it there, as long it's it can be clear, and then please make it as good as possible. After that, you need to send it to my email here that I've shown you. Okay, send it to my email, ramondwinda@gmail.com. But before, I want you to put the story. After you find the story, you need to give the story to everyone, so other groups cannot have the same story as you. Okay, go to Mentimeter, and then go to this number. Okay, we have Cinderella, Live in a Cage, The Story of Simchang, Goodbye Past, Gajah and Semut. Everyone's great with this, with the title? Great. Now, just work. Okay. Do you have questions? Yes. Oh, whatever. You can, you need, if you want to make it more interesting, then you can put it in. Alright. Oh, that's really good. That's really good. So far, so good. Yes, you can do it. Yeah. Okay. Everyone's done? Have you sent it to my email? Okay, great. So the next activity is Kahoot. We will play Kahoot. Everyone knows it? Yes, you know? Yes. Have you tried? Okay. So we will. It's just fun. You can. The question is from you know, the things that we have learned today. So everyone's in. Yeah, you just need to put the pin in your phone. Go to kahoot.it. Yes, we have Alnaf, Ueb already. So everyone's in? Great. Let's start. Okay. First question is, what kind of text did we learn today? Remember, it's narrative text. Great, everyone. Ooh, Ota. Who is Ota? Charlotta, yes. The first part of narrative text is, what is it? Orientation. Great. Everyone is correct. Why? Because everyone is smart, right? Okay, what tense is used in a narrative text? Simple past tense. Great. So great. So what we have learned today? Narrative text. What else? The structure of narrative text. What else? The language feature. So what is the language feature? Simple past tense. So what is the structure? Can you mention it sequentially? The complication? Complication? No, not the complication first. The orientation, the complication, sequence of events, resolution, and coda. So, do you have questions so far? No? Great. So, because you don't have questions, please, sorry. Because you don't have question, please review the things that you have learned today. And then if you have question in your home, you can text me. You can through WhatsApp. You can use email too. just like what I've shared, and then please review them, because next week we will have another class, right? So I think this is for today. Thank you for coming, and see you next week.